I'm gonna give you 5 reasons why the Worker Seagull is the last Springer you'll ever need to purchase. Make sure to watch the entire video because I will go over every point as to why you should purchase this. So I don't wanna waste your time, so let's get right into it. Number 1, performance. Now when looking at a foam flinging tagging machine like the Seagull, it is important to look at its accuracy, and this blaster right here delivers. Here at Flux Labs, we did all our testing at a 50-foot indoor range, and this thing was a tack hammer. Now to deliver such accurate tags, this blaster utilizes various sets of springs and barrels, and we're gonna head on over to the chronograph with Professor Coney, where he's gonna show you what kind of numbers this thing produces.
All right, this is the heavy spring with the long barrel. We're using Gen 3 workers, 167.5, 171.3, 174.9, 181.5. We are testing the low power spring with the short barrel, 161, 152.9, 165.6, 161.9.
Now when it comes to hobby grade blasters, high performance usually equates to heavier components and more material, but that's one thing the Seagull has going for it. Because this is made of high quality injection molded plastic along with aluminum parts, this thing is able to be very tiny and still pack a huge punch. And that leads us to our next section, durability. This blaster right here, because it is not 3D printed, it is in fact injection molded and built with high quality parts, it's a lot more durable than our hobby grade 3D printed blasters. Now something I've noticed while in a game is that these right here, these blasters that we use are actually kind of pieces of sporting equipment. They need to be strong. You need to be able to throw this thing, smack it on a tree, drop it by accident, and it should not explode on you. I've personally seen many 3D printed blasters do this, and you're not gonna get that with the Worker Seagull. Now the 3D printed blaster community addresses some of these issues by including metal CNC type parts, but anyone who's purchased blasters like this will know that, you know, if you get a metal CNC trigger or a catch or whatever, the price point goes up tremendously. We're talking like $40, $50 for just one component. And that brings us to number 4, price point. This blaster for $125 for what you're getting is just phenomenal. Now when looking at all the features of build construction, accuracy, expandability, modability, you know, performance, durability, customization, like when you look at it all for the price point $125, it's gonna be very hard to beat this. Now we've personally spoken with Luke from Added Darts, which special thanks to Added Darts for sending this in. This is a review model. We will be shipping this back. But Luke informed us that this is gonna be a hot item for some time now. Added Darts will be carrying the Worker Seagull and making sure to offer a good competitive price. So what does that $125 price tag come with? You get 2 barrels, 2 springs, a 15 dart magazine, 10 darts, a very nice forward grip, these fancy iron sights which actually have glowing UV reactive dots in them. They look amazing. The Worker Seagull will come in 5 various colors. I personally like the purple version and look forward to getting my own. The last reason why you should purchase the Worker Seagull is customization and modability. This blaster, you can easily get inside of it, change out the barrels, and oh, I do have to talk about the spring. So the spring is, the spring's the one thing. There is one thing about this blaster. There is a little catch spring that wants to eject itself into another dimension. When we were working inside here, this thing, we lost it probably about 8 times, and we kept finding it. I think the spring that's actually in here was one that we had to source out of our own spring assortment kit, but it works fine. But yeah, this thing, you gotta be careful when trying to change out that catch spring. And actually, as you're trying to change out the main spring in the blaster is when that thing wants to just eject itself. Other than that though, the barrel is super easy to change out. We had a really nice Magpul buffer tube stock we put on there. It looked great. You can obviously change out any optics you want with all this Picatinny up here. Generous amount of Picatinny. Even got side mounted Picatinny, you know, if you want to throw flashlights or whatever on there. The forward pump action grip area here, you take that off, there's Picatinny under there. So you can put whatever you want up there if you're not a fan of this guy. And of course the scar barrel. Like this is your standard worker scar type of barrel. So you can put a whole bunch of different scars on there. I personally think this thing will look amazing hydro dipped. Once you take this thing apart and get to the shells, you can do some awesome hydro dip action with this thing. In addition, I know the 3D printed Nerf community is probably gonna come out with just a whole host of different type of accessories and things for this, maybe various kits and whatnot. And I just can't wait to see what they produce. And now for our final thoughts. Professor Coney, come on in. Now, I know you did a lot of testing with this, the Worker Seagull, so I was gonna let you kind of give your overall impressions and summary of this thing.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. It feels great. It shoots great. I love the form factor, especially replacing that stock with something else. The iron sights are amazing. The foregrip is perfect for me. Everything about it is just absolutely, it's just great.
I know a lot of people want to know, what do you think about that price point for what you're getting?
Oh, I think it's a steal, really.
Okay. We haven't gotten a unicorn in hands, but I'm kind of curious how that would compete to that.
Yeah.
So
I don't like how small the unicorn is.
So it's a little bit too small.
Right,
okay.
right.
Yeah. So I was just curious because I haven't gotten the unicorn. It's a one that I'm like, I don't know. But I don't know, do you know the price point of the unicorn?
It's like 90 bucks.
Oh, okay. So it could be a good competitor, but from everything I've seen personally with this, like, this could be hard to beat.
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, this is just like the perfect size for me. I'd rather pay the difference to get the Seagull as opposed to the unicorn. Just for form factor, build, everything. I think it looks sweet too. I love this purple.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. Well, if you've gotten this far in the video, I want to give a special thanks. As always, be safe and happy foam flinging.